TV spec, BOJACK Horseman, The Renewal. Interior Princess Carolyn's office, afternoon. Princess Carolyn stands at her desk, flipping through some papers. She rubs her eyes, the phone rings.
Stuart, could you get that? And where are those copies?
I'm busy out here.
Princess Carolyn rolls her eyes as she reaches to pick up the phone.
Oh, well in that case, why don't I just assist you since you're so busy with your work? As an assistant. Hello? Oh, yes, I can make it on.
As Princess Carolyn is talking, BOJACK Horseman runs into her office and slams the door shut behind him.
Princess Carolyn.
Princess Carolyn gestures to the phone. BOJACK looks slightly annoyed.
Hey, the real star is back.
You know what? Something just came up. Yeah, you know who just pranced in here. Can we discuss this tomorrow? Okay, bye.
Princess Carolyn puts the phone down and smiles at BOJACK.
Well, if it isn't the new and improved BOJACK, how was everything? I hope it was great for all I had to do to spin this story. But people haven't lost interest in you. We're both doing great. Oh, hey, I've always wanted to know, does equine therapy really work?
It gets a little weird, but overall it was a good time.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
BOJACK sits in a chair, leaning forward.
So, what kind of new jobs do you have lined up?
Princess Carolyn suddenly becomes very interested in some notes on her desk.
New jobs? Isn't that a little soon? You need time to get back into your old routine. And now that you're back, you can meet the baby.
Sure, yeah. But come on, stop being annoying. Just tell me about the new jobs.
Princess Carolyn puts those papers away. They stare at each other, BOJACK with intense enthusiasm.
Let's not talk about work. You just got back. We can just chat about other stuff.
Like what?
Princess Carolyn stands abruptly, grabbing her purse.
You know what? Why don't we get out of here? We'll grab some food in a more relaxing, more public environment.
BOJACK stands too as Princess Carolyn walks out.
Well, I guess okay then, if you're going to be all weird about everything.
BOJACK follows, the office door closes. Interior BOJACK's restaurant, evening. Princess Carolyn and BOJACK sit across from each other at their table.
Do you think he heard me say no onions? If there's even a single onion, my whole night will be ruined.
I think you'll be fine, BOJACK. Anyway, I actually brought you here because I'm hoping that you'll stay calm and not make a scene.
Because of the onions?
What? No, obviously not. About a potential role.
Well, don't be shitty. I don't know what you think will cause a scene. I'm not a mind reader.
No one thinks you're a mind reader. Just a person who can pay attention
I was talking about the onions. I can't remember everything you say or do and infer what you're talking about at all times.
Other guests begin to stare at their table.
You always overreact.
When have I ever... Why would I overreact? I don't even know what's happening here.
Well, we might still be able to do Filbert.
Princess Carolyn waits for a response, but BOJACK stares back with a blank expression.
It's just that after everything got settled with the baby, I decided to help Flip get the show on another network. And people are interested.
BOJACK stands, knocking his chair back.
You want me to do Filbert again? The show that ruined my life?
You see, this is an example of the overreacting that I was worried about. And Filbert did not ruin your life.
Horseshit. What if I say no?
Princess Carolyn looks pleadingly at him.
You would really say no?
I don't know. I could say no. Maybe I've outgrown the parts.
Now Princess Carolyn is the one who stands.
In 6 weeks.
It's just not worth my time, our time. I suggest we both move on.
Do not.
A donkey waiter comes over with BOJACK and Princess Carolyn's food. They stand in silence and pretend to be civil while the waiter places the plates on the table. The waiter leaves and they instantly resume the conversation.
Do not mess this up, okay? For me. You know how hard I worked for this.
Princess Carolyn sits down and starts eating. BOJACK sits as well. After one bite, he stands up and throws the sandwich onto the table.
God damn it! Will no one ever listen to me? Unbelievable. You ass!
The donkey waiter gasps. BOJACK storms out of the restaurant.
BOJACK, would you please just... We drove here together.
She glances around self-consciously at the other people in the restaurant, who are now all staring. Exterior, car, evening. BOJACK paces next to his car. He stops and grabs his phone from his pocket. He searches through his messages until he finds Diane. He calls her, putting the phone up to his ear. When she doesn't pick up, he frowns, brow furrowing. He waits for the beep.
Hey, Diane. I was hoping that we could talk sometime. I was actually kind of surprised that you didn't pick me up, but I guess I'll forgive you for that. Haha. But anyway, yeah, maybe we can catch up. Talk to you soon.
The cell phone asks if he's satisfied with the message. BOJACK deletes it. He slides into his car and speeds out of the parking lot. Interior Girl Cruise office, evening. A handful of people walk leisurely on their treadmill desks while scrolling through the Girl Cruise website. A few pigeons chat at the bird bath in the corner. Diane slouches on a beanbag chair placed on her unmoving treadmill desk, rapidly typing on her laptop. Stephanie walks up to her, eyes on her phone. Her fingers continuously type.
Hey Diane, we have to talk. A little birdie told me that you haven't even read the stories for the online videos yet.
Diane turns to look at the birds.
Carl? Oh, what is that supposed to be? A comment about my height? You have no proof it was me.
Hey, focus! You need to start memorizing the script that your team wrote for you.
Diane starts to get out of the beanbag chair.
Well, I have this story.
Diane, remember what we talked about?
Well, yes.
I'm gonna need to hear you say it.
Diane sighs elaborately.
Girl Cruise caters to an audience that does not want to be nagged about anything overly moralistic.
Exactly. We can't take the risk that the online viewers could become alienated. Or worse, bored. Short, fun topics ensure more clicks.
Okay, but I really think that this will get clicks.
The face of the videos doesn't have to do all the researchy stuff.
Stephanie starts to walk away.
Wait, will you at least look at my story? It's about the societal issues of casting great white sharks to play underrepresented...
Too naggy!
Diane closes her laptop on her desk and slouches down on the beanbag chair, crossing her arms. Carl approaches someone who just walked in and begins loudly whispering in her ear.
Diane just totally got shut down by Stefani.
Diane shakes her head to herself as the pigeons laugh and fly out of the room. Interior, Princess Carolyn's office, evening. Princess Carolyn enters to find Mr. Peanutbutter sitting at her desk with his feet up, playing a game on his phone.
Mr. Peanutbutter, why are you here?
Mr. Peanutbutter stands as Princess Carolyn moves toward her desk.
Hello, I wanted to see what's happening with you in the world of producing/managing. Your helpful assistant let me in.
Well, evidently, not that helpful. I needed him to scan these documents.
Princess Carolyn holds some papers before tossing them back onto the desk.
Already done. He was telling me about how tough this job is, so I offered to do it for him.
Really? Well, you're more considerate than some other people.
I have heard that. Some would even say I'm a manager's best friend.
Princess Carolyn sits at her desk.
Thank you for visiting.
You're welcome.
Princess Carolyn gives him an annoyed look following the interruption.
Anyway, if you don't mind, I have to finish up here. And I was planning on going home eventually, so...
She waits for him to get the hint.
So you need me to stay and help. I hear you loud and clear. What are we doing?
Mr. Peanutbutter sits on the edge of one of the chairs across from the desk, ears perked up. Princess Carolyn sighs. Interior, Princess Carolyn's apartment, night. Todd sits on the couch watching TV while holding Princess Carolyn's new baby. He glances frequently down at her.
Who do you think the killer will be? I bet it's that suspicious-looking guy who was the very first person the cops suspected.
There's a banging on the door. Todd jumps a little in his seat.
Todd! Todd! Todd, open the door.
Todd jumps up and glances around nervously. He looks at the baby in his arms.
Do you think it's the criminal?
He grabs a heavy book from Princess Carolyn's shelf and tiptoes to the one side of the door.
Who's there?
BOJACK bangs harder.
Todd, open up.
As Todd slowly turns the doorknob and peers out, ready to swing the book at the intruder with his other hand.
BOJACK?
BOJACK pushes in the door and stomps into the room, knocking Todd back and making him drop his weapon.
What are you doing? You know, I cannot believe her. She just... Goddamn stupid Flip with his stupid, terrible show.
Todd closes the door.
BOJACK! I'm so glad it's just you.
What do you mean, just me? And why are you holding a baby?
Todd sits back on the couch.
We were watching TV together about the killers that walk among us.
BOJACK sits next to him.
I don't really know why I came. What should I do?
I'm not really sure I can give you advice because I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the Filbert renewal. Princess Carolyn's still working on it, even though it was ruined by a poorly run, terrible company.
Todd stares straight ahead.
Hey.
Oh, sorry, Todd. I know you did the best you could at... What time is it right now?
No, I mean the character that I least suspected has been arrested. What a crazy show.
BOJACK groans.
Seriously?
BOJACK. I worked with Flip every day. He was difficult to work with, but he had his moments of brilliance. So renewal probably won't be so...
BOJACK jumps up.
That's it. If I want to stop this show from happening, I just need to remind everyone how annoying Flip is.
Wait, that's not what I...
First thing tomorrow, you and I will go and spread the truth about that garbage director.
Todd stands.
Wait a minute, I actually don't want...
BOJACK grabs Todd by the shoulders.
Todd, if our friendship means anything to you, you will help me with this.
They stare at each other intently.
Well, it doesn't mean nothing to me, but...
Yep, that's the spirit. I'll see you tomorrow.
BOJACK rushes out before Todd can interject and slams the door. Interior, Diane's desk area, day. Diane paces around in front of her desk, flipping through the pages of a script. She shakes her head and looks towards a woman with headphones in, working at another desk.
Can you believe this? Calculating your best match based on sun sign, star sign, and genus?
Yes. The job that comes with your huge promotion sounds absolutely terrible. I feel so bad for you.
The woman walks out. Diane looks again at her script and sighs. She looks around the office. Everyone is engrossed in either work or gossip. Diane slowly grabs her bag and sneaks away from her desk. Exterior, Diane's car, continuous. Diane runs to her car, throws her bag in before sliding in and slamming the door. She backs out of the space abruptly and drives away. Interior, office building, day. BOJACK and Todd sit at a conference table with an important producer sitting at the other side. Princess Carolyn's baby sits in a stroller to the side.
I can't believe what you guys are telling me. Flip is a genius.
Now, you don't want to be stuck working with this guy. He's a misogynist, he has no respect for his crew, and he treats actors like props.
Well, I personally believe that we must separate the art from the artiste. The world needs more Filbert, even if the director is a little, you know.
What are you talking about?
Todd gives BOJACK "I told you so" look. He leans forward and clears his throat.
I used to work with Flip. His dialogue is crap, so you'll need to hire writers that will make it sound smart without damaging his ego. And he'll do 1,000 reshoots, new sets for every whim, and add dangerous stunts that cause injuries and bad press.
I see.
But the bottom line is this guy's gonna cost you a lot.
You know what? We can't be associated with morally questionable directors. No toxic, misogynistic men in this company.
BOJACK and Todd give each other a knowing look. Interior cafe, day. Diane sits at a table in the cafe. A bunch of stereotypical hipsters sit around with laptops, and a few have typewriters. Diane pulls out her own laptop. A human waiter walks up to her.
Hi, what can I get you?
Oh, actually, can I have the Wi-Fi password?
The waiter sighs.
We can only give the Wi-Fi password to customers. So that means you actually have to order something first.
Oh, right. Fine. Then can I get a soy non-fat vanilla latte?
Human waiter starts to walk away.
Wait, now can I have the...
He's gone. Diane notices that her phone is buzzing. She looks and then she turns it off. The waiter comes back and puts the drink on her table.
I'm finally doing it. I'm writing my novel.
Cool. Anything else?
This has actually been my dream for a long time.
The waiter gestures around the cafe.
Yes. Everyone here is living that same dream. Anyway, the password is ugly mugs, all lowercase.
He walks away and Diane starts typing. Interior, many office buildings, day, montage. Shot. BOJACK whispers conspiratorially with a woman in her office. Shot. Todd hands a document to a chameleon. He turns red and gasps. BOJACK gives Todd a discreet thumbs up. Shot. A fox jumps up from his chair and starts to rip up a Filbert script. BOJACK smiles at Todd. Exterior, street, day. Todd and BOJACK stand next to some buildings. BOJACK holds a stack of flyers and Todd intermittently takes one and pastes it to the walls. Each flyer is a picture of Flip's face with the red "No" circle over it.
Well, this is fantastic. What did that singer say? You can be in a room with 100 people, and if 99 don't believe in you, you're totally screwed. Something like that. Anyway, that's flipped now, and I feel great.
Really? Because I don't feel so great.
What?
I just hope Princess Caroline's not upset.
BOJACK looks at Todd angrily.
Well, shut up, Todd. Why did you even help if you didn't feel good about it?
You never listen.
Well, what's done is done, so it doesn't really matter what you think.
They keep going with the posters in silence. Interior cafe, day. Diane sits at her table, downing a cup of coffee. 3 other empty cups sit on her table. She fidgets and glances rapidly around the cafe before settling her focus on the document. About 1 paragraph has been written. She types a few words, but then deletes more. She sighs and starts packing up. The waiter walks over.
You're leaving?
Yeah, can I?
The waiter is already putting the bill on her table.
Oh, thanks. Oh, wait a minute. There's no way I owe this much.
Look around you. Our customers wear horn-rimmed glasses and quote Foucault when ordering. Our level of pretension is expensive.
Diane reluctantly hands over her credit card. Interior Princess Carolyn's office. Afternoon. Mr. Peanutbutter sits on Princess Carolyn's desk, reading a script. Princess Carolyn marches in holding one of the anti-flip flyers.
Look at this!
Mr. Peanutbutter jumps up.
Is that?
This is a reason that everything has been going to hell today. Flip got himself blacklisted.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Princess Carolyn sinks into her desk chair.
This could ruin Filbert.
Why is the world so cruel?
This isn't the world. It's BOJACK.
What? No, what do you mean?
I mean, I've been in this business a long time, and there are few who are this petty. BOJACK is involved.
Princess Carolyn grabs her purse and a file.
Oh, that is ridiculous. What are you doing?
Princess Carolyn stands.
There's nothing we can do here. And you don't actually work here, so go home!
She walks through the door.
No. We can't give up. There has to be something we can do. We have to save the show.
Mr. Peanutbutter?
Mr. Peanutbutter plants himself in a chair, arms crossed.
I'm not leaving.
He looks towards the door and realizes that Princess Carolyn left. He sits for a moment in silence. Mr. Peanutbutter then hops up and goes to Princess Carolyn's computer.
I guess I'll just have to hack into the mainframe.
He stares for a long moment at the login screen. His fingers type GUEST. He is unsuccessful.
What are you still doing here?
Mr. Peanutbutter jumps up to see Stuart standing there.
Dude, I want to go home. And you've been making me look pretty bad with all this helping out and staying late. Get out.
Mr. Peanutbutter sighs and slowly shuffles towards the door. Interior Girl Crush office. Afternoon. Diane strolls into the office, looking confident.
Hey, what happened to you?
What do you mean? Nothing happened. I was just getting quotes. Normal things. Leave me alone.
Carl leaves and Diane gets her desk in order. Stephanie marches over.
Diane!
Oh, hey, Stephanie. What's up, girl?
We needed you here. Do you have any excuse?
Diane starts laughing awkwardly.
Okay, well, you're gonna think this is hilarious.
Will I?
Maybe not. I was briefly thinking that maybe I didn't want to be the face of Girl Crush, so I was working on something else instead.
Diane, are you serious? Well, I'm glad that you have other important things going on, because you let everyone here down. You should clean out your desk.
What? Stephanie.
Stephanie leaves before she can finish. Diane stands there looking around, and she grabs a bunch of pens, paper clips, sticky notes, etc., and shoves them into her purse. She then slinks back out of the office. Interior Princess Carolyn's apartment. Night. BOJACK and Todd walk into the apartment, turn on the lights, and jump back in shock. Princess Carolyn stands there, arms crossed. In one hand is the crumpled up anti-flip poster.
Oh, hey, PC. I'll just return this.
He hands her the baby.
I'm gonna get out of here. Let you two talk.
Todd runs out of the room.
Okay, I know that you're probably mad.
I'm not mad. Actually, this is a good thing. Because of the work you've done today, I was able to convince Flip to sell me the rights to the show.
Okay.
Which means that Filbert can continue with a new showrunner and a new director. Congrats, you did it.
What are you talking about? What does this mean?
It means that you can't get out of the Filbert renewal so easily. I jumped the anti-Flip bandwagon just in time to save the show.
Why? Why does this mean so much to you? We could do anything else.
I don't need to explain myself to you. It wouldn't matter anyway. You're so selfish. And you broke your promise.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's real funny coming from you, because you're a friendship ruiner. That's right, you ruin friendships for monetary gain. So who's the asshole now?
BOJACK abruptly marches out and slams the door behind him. Princess Carolyn sighs and massages her temple. Exterior Princess Carolyn's apartment, night. BOJACK stands outside, looking intently at the closed door. He sighs and looks down.
Friendship ruiner? That was terrible.
He walks away. Interior Diane's apartment. Diane stands in front of her table, staring at the blank document on her computer screen. Her looted office supplies sit next to her laptop. Diane is startled by banging on the door. She goes to open it and BOJACK barges in. Diane groans at the intrusion, but allows it, and just shuts the door.
I knew you were home. Why don't you answer your phone? I thought we moved past all this, Diane.
Diane flops onto the couch. BOJACK continues pacing around.
I've been busy, okay? I have my own life and my own problems.
Okay, so the cons of doing Filbert are?
Filbert?
Yes. Now anyway, the cons are, I hate it. It's sexist. You quit. The show glorifies problematic
We've
behavior.
already talked about...
Now the pros. It means a lot to Princess Carolyn. Gina's career took off because of it.
BOJACK sits on the couch next to Diane.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Don't do what you always do.
What do you mean?
Just make an effort to work with people. It's better than losing an opportunity.
Diane sighs sadly.
Yeah, maybe. So what are your problems?
I was fired.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Diane stands and goes back to her laptop. BOJACK still sits on the couch, mulling things over. Interior Mr. Peanutbutter's house, continuous. Mr. Peanutbutter enters. He glances around nervously.
Hey, Pickles!
No one responds.
Pickles? Boy, I've had a crazy day.
Pickles comes out, arms crossed.
What's up? Missed you?
Mr. Peanutbutter examines her, confused.
Is something wrong?
He stops because he now sees that there are wedding invitations all over the table and that a date on the calendar has been marked with hearts.
Where have you been? What have you been doing that's so important that you're never around anymore?
Well...
I've been planning our wedding by myself, and I feel like you've been avoiding me.
Avoiding you? Me? That I haven't. What?
Whatever.
Pickles starts to leave.
Wait, where are you going?
It'd be nice to know, wouldn't it?
Pickles exits the house. Mr. Peanutbutter sits on the couch and sighs. Interior BOJACK's bedroom, night. BOJACK lies awake looking at the ceiling. He reaches out to the nightstand and grabs his phone. His thumb hovers over Princess Carolyn's contact. BOJACK reaches out and puts the phone back. He returns to staring at the ceiling. Exterior Princess Carolyn's apartment, morning. BOJACK knocks on the door to Princess Carolyn's apartment. Todd answers.
Hey, buddy.
Can you get Princess Carolyn?
I don't know if she wants to talk to you.
Come on, I'm just trying to make things right. Just go get her.
No.
They stare each other down. All of a sudden, BOJACK shoves Todd into the doorframe and yells past him.
Princess Carolyn!
After a moment, Princess Carolyn emerges, arms crossed.
What do you want?
I tried to stop him.
It's
Go
fine,
away,
Todd.
Todd!
Todd groans and walks away.
Well then, I guess I'll leave you guys to it.
Our friendship means too much to be ruined over a dumb show. So, after some consideration, I've decided I'll play Filbert. I'll be nice to Flip whatever you want.
I'm still upset with you.
That's fair.
And it would be nice if you could actually apologize.
Didn't I? Oh, well, yeah, sorry. So, what's happening with the show? Are people still thinking of buying it?
Princess Carolyn rolls her eyes.
BOJACK,
I'm not going to do anything. I just want to know.
I don't believe you, so I'm not telling you.
But I...
Princess Carolyn closes the door and calls through the door.
Goodbye, BOJACK.
That's also fair.
BOJACK walks towards his car. The end.